Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Chris here, and today we are looking at another Scotch. This one is comes from Orkney, very Viking settlement, very Viking island. My family comes from Denmark, so we've definitely got Viking in us. So the Viking kind of stuff is always kind of close to home. With the axe, yeah, very Viking family, which is really kind of cool. Never been to Denmark, always wanted to go. Someday we're going to go. I know my dad and I have been talking about going over there someday, so hopefully soon. That would be great. Closest I've ever come to Denmark was Greenland. I was flying a King Air, I believe it's a King Air 100 that time, and we were out of Pond Inlet, and we were flying around looking for openings for narwhal to breathe out of. The ice had froze up quickly, and there were 700 narwhal trying to breathe out of one hole, and the polar bears were in there grabbing them all. And so we flew around 50 feet above the ground, all over the Arctic, looking for holes for these narwhal to breathe out of. And we were at 50 feet because the ice fog was at 100 feet. So we were down below the horizon, had to hand fly everything because the autopilot would be hunting by 50 feet. So did that for about 10 hours. It was just insane. Had my co-pilot watching my airspeed indicator, my vertical speed indicator on any turn that we made or any kind of thing. Had my eyes glued to the instruments because we're only 50 feet above the ground. So, but it was cool flying over to Greenland. It was interesting. Flew all up the coast and stuff like that. And yeah, in the end, we didn't find any real holes that we can kind of navigate them to. So it's too bad. But you know, what are you going to do? We tried, right? But anyway, we are looking at the Highland Park 12-year-old, the Viking Honor. Today, really nice Scotch. I've had this numerous times. This is my second bottle, and you can see we're almost done this one here. Really enjoy it. It's only 40% ABV, but it's really great Scotch. They're the highest point in Scotland, the Orkney Islands. So you got Scotland's all the way down here, and Orkney's kind of sitting way up here, and right over here, right across the bay. I'll have a map set up here for you guys. I'll show you. But you've got Norway and you've got Denmark. So Denmark was, you know, when the Vikings were out looking around for places to conquer and expand their territory, they came across Orkney pretty much right away. And instead of becoming the invaders, which they were initially, they became like farmers and traders and craftsmen. They really settled in there. And to this day, 1 in 3 Orkneyans or Orcadians have Viking DNA in them, which is really cool. Just wondering if I've got relations there too, because we got all my family still over in Denmark. We got very few family members here in Canada, so that's another reason why I'd like to get over there. But Highland Park was established in 1798. It was established really by kind of having an illicit still, and it's kind of went from there. And their peat smoke that they have, it has no wood in it because the winds in the wintertime, they blow it like 100 miles an hour. Just like the Canadian Arctic, we just don't have any trees up there. It's just too harsh for them. So their peat becomes really dense because there's actually no wood in there at all for any other, for compaction. So it becomes really dense, and it gives us really cool flavor to the smoke. And into their whiskeys, and even though with all these really crazy ass cold and weather they have there, it only goes to +2 on average in the wintertime and about +16 in the summer. So it's absolutely amazing for the barrels to be aged in their houses, the warehouses. It's just perfect temperature, and you've got the sea salt and the cold air coming in off the coast and stuff like that. It's just amazing. And because of where Orkney's situated, there's only they've got 2 distilleries there. Obviously it's Highland Park, and I believe the other one is Scapa. Whereas you'll see in like places like Speyside, they've got like 50, and Highlands, they have like 33, I believe. And even Isla, which is about the same size as Orkney, they've got like 8. So it's a very remote place. Most of it is completely uninhabited, but it's an incredibly cool place. I'd absolutely love to go there someday just to check it out and look around. And you can see in the towns, from what I've seen online, there's a lot of Viking influence there, you know, in the art and the buildings and stuff and the things that they left behind. I think it'd be an absolute fascinating island to go and check out, and distilleries to go and look at as well. So that's definitely one place that I have to go there at some point in my life. So, but yeah, so let's try this Scotch here, and it's the 12-year-old, and is, like I said, it's the Viking honor, so they're very, very, very Viking oriented. They changed their packaging and branding here, and you can see, like on the box here, on the back, it's got these Viking, you know, knots and ruins and stuff like that to it. So it's an interesting looking bottle and packaging. Let's try it out here. Oh, and to another thing before I get started here is this bottle. You try to lift it off, it just won't come off. It's got a locking system to it, so you have to turn it, and then it comes up. Then you're able to get it. But then when you put it back down, if you just do like that, you can take it off. But you put it down, you give it a twist, and it locks. So it's really an interesting bottle as well. Last time I had this is absolutely amazing. Every time I have it, it's an incredible dram. But this has really opened up a lot, and can't wait to get back into it and try it out here with you. So yeah, let's check it out together. So yeah, so let's take a look at the Scotch here. It's kind of got a, oh, it smells really good. It's kind of got like a goldy kind of color to it. I'm not sure if it's colored or has been chill filtered. See, by color, blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't see if it says if it's been colored or chill filtered. So if it doesn't say that, then we're gonna have to assume that it is. But it's only 40%, and to get that color, although it's matured in European and American oak casks, but oak sherry casks. So you do have a little bit of the sherry influence on it, but I'm thinking it's probably got some coloring to it, but I don't. Yeah, I don't see that if it has anything on it like that. So. See if this bottle say anything. Yeah, I can't see anything, so we're gonna have to assume that it's been chill filtered and colored, and we'll see if it has been chill filtered when we add a little bit of water to it. When you add water to Scotch, if it's like lower proof, you'll get what's called a Scotch mist. So you'll see that the Scotch itself will kind of cloud up a little bit, and that's why one of the reasons why they chill filter it is if you add water, they don't like that cloudy look. But most people who like whiskey and Scotch aficionados, you look for that, you know, so that you know that it's pure and hasn't been chill filtered or messed with or anything like that. But yeah, you can smell. Yeah, you can definitely smell some honey. Maybe some apricots to it. Definitely a bit of peat smoke. And like I said, their peat smoke is very, very different than Islay peat smoke or Highland peat smoke because there's no wood in it, so it's really dense and it burns very, very, very slowly and adds a lot of flavor and complexity to the Scotch itself. Yeah, it's nice. It's got a bit of spice to it. You can definitely taste some of the bit of the peat smoke to it. Honey for sure. Dried fruit. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. A bit of caramel and toffee, but more honey notes and more of that those earthy tones, peat smoke to it. Yeah, it's nice. Just gonna add just a tiny bit of water here. Let's see if it clouds up. It did not, so it's definitely chill filtered. It's just as clear as it was when I poured it out of the bottle. I've had some scotches and some whiskeys that when you do add to it, because of the lower ABV, they do cloud up. When you get above, well, they say 43, but even at 43 they can chill filter it and color it. I'm thinking around 46, you see that it hasn't been chill filtered or colored because the alcohol content is it's already there, so they don't have to worry about that Scotch mist to it. But some of the ones I've had that are a lower ABV and you add to it, it's really cool. It just kind of clouds up, and so you know that it hasn't been messed with, and it's nice and pure. So, but let's try it with some water, see what we think of it. Yeah, you can definitely smell that it's a lot more honeyed, and you can still that earthy peat smoke is still there. The spice is gone. Absolutely no spice to it whatsoever. A lot more honey. Like that creamy kind of honey, but it's like thickened up, and still that peat smoke is still present. So it's nice. At 40%, it can definitely handle some water. This is a really nice Scotch. Highly recommend it. You can pretty much pick this up anywhere. I got this at BSW, only because it was about $30 cheaper than we can get here in Manitoba at the Liquor Commission here. So they're all independent in Alberta, so it's all independent owners and operators, so they can kind of charge what they want and bring in what they want. So I kind of like that. So that's where I got this, and just a really nice whiskey. Great starter whiskey for the day, or you're just sitting around just kind of like this, just hanging out. Nothing too heavy or hard or anything, but still complex, and still just absolutely amazing. And it's Viking, so what more do you want, right? So I would pair this as well. I had a viewer the other day, and he mentioned, he says, well, why don't you with your Scotch reuse, why don't you maybe make mention of what kind of cigar you think would go well with it? So I thought, well, that's actually a pretty good idea. So I brought out two, and the first one here we've seen before. This is the Alec Bradley White Gold, and we gave away one of these here in one of the humidors. God, that smells so good. I feel like having one right now, but anyway, yeah, the Alec Bradley White Gold, and the reason why I would pair it with this, because it's got that creamy tones to it. It's a lighter cigar, really easy to smoke. It's got that creamy, nutty tones to it, a little bit of that milky kind of espresso coffee, but lightened down, so it's not heavy or hard. That's what you get out of this. So I would definitely pair it with this, and then I've got the Rocky Patel Vintage 2003. Same year my son was born, so it's kind of a special cigar for me. But yeah, this has got like some wood to it, some spice, definitely some nutty notes to it, and I think that would really pair well with this particular Scotch as well. So the two that I would go with for sure. I mean, there's a million other cigars that would really work well, but I would say the Rocky Patel Vintage 2003 and the Alec Bradley White Gold, both Robustos, both would do really well with a Scotch. So hope you guys like that. I appreciate you guys really watching this channel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dram out 2 ounces of this bottle. I'm going to put it into a little box, and then once that little box is full, I'm going to draw a name for it, and from one of my subscribers, and then I'll send that out to you guys. So for a chance to win this little box of Scotch and whiskey and stuff that I'm going to be drowning out. All you got to do is like and subscribe to this channel, and I really appreciate that a lot, guys. I'm just having the best time with you. So thanks so much. Have yourself a great day, and cheers. See ya.